Yeah, good evening, John and Julie. Scranton City Council actually looked into bankruptcy as an option for the city several years ago. The idea is now being revived by that petition. It would need a few thousand signatures and then could end up a question on an upcoming ballot. But that raises the question, if voters say yes, could the city of Scranton be forced into bankruptcy? A barber shop is the place to get the latest talk, and lately a petition on the counter at Guy's Barbershop in downtown Scranton is getting a lot of talk.
Most people say they should have did this 15 years ago. They should have filed for bankruptcy 15 years ago.
Owner DAMIAN BIANCARELLI's name is one of several dozen on that petition. It asks residents of Scranton, should the city file for bankruptcy?
I believe that the Scranton taxpayer is being overtaxed, as well as businesses, to pay for inadequacies of our government.
Gary Fleur created the petition. He runs a blog called Save Scranton, and he's been talking to city residents about the possibility of bankruptcy for a few weeks now.
The position for most Scrantonians is that, aren't we already bankrupt? Right, they're surprised, like, why are we filing bankruptcy? Aren't we already bankrupt? I said, no, we're bankrupt in the sense that we don't have any money, all right? But we haven't filed bankruptcy protection.
More than 2,000 people would need to sign the petition before the big question appeared on an election ballot. Fleur says the city's settlement of police and fire contracts and the expected sale of the Scranton Sewer Authority have frustrated voters.
The Scranton taxpayer, which makes up 98% of the population, is being on the hook for the 2% of the population that works for the government.
Well, if it ends up on the ballot, which is a huge hypothetical, we would have to see what the results of that ballot initiative are. But I think the residents of Scranton recognize that we have made a lot of progress, and bankruptcy really isn't an option for the city at this point in time.
Scranton City Councilman Pat Rogan says bankruptcy is something he seriously considered back in 2012, but one he doesn't think Scranton voters will take seriously now. Bankruptcy would mean the state would appoint someone to handle the city's finances.
Unfortunately, it's not a viable solution for the city of Scranton. It would just result in less local control and higher taxes for the residents of Scranton.
Now, what we don't know is if a question about bankruptcy ends up on an election ballot, could it be enforced if the voters say yes? The man who created that petition, Gary Fleur, said he would be willing to fight the city on that in court. Stacey Lang, Newswatch 16, reporting live in Scranton.